long, long, long ago, when the earth was flat, and all there was were the hills, valleys, lakes and trees, the Great Spirit summoned all the animals together. "Are you happy with the way the earth and sky look?" he asked. The animals looked up at the Great Spirit and spoke. "'Tis very nice with the hills and trees and great water, but the night sky, with just the moon up there, is rather boring." Well, in that case, send out into the desert Coyote, and I will give him instructions about the night sky. So the animals found Coyote asleep behind a rock, and told him the Great Spirit wanted to meet him tomorrow night out in the desert. Coyote yawned and agreed to go the next night. He made his way out into the desert. It was very dark, for in those days all that was up in the sky was the moon at night and the sun by day. The Great Spirit spoke to Coyote. Coyote, tomorrow bring me a long ladder, long enough to reach the moon. You will climb up the ladder and break a piece of the moon and put the sparkling bits in a bucket. Then gather all the animals together out here in the desert, and one by one they can take a handful of moon dust and paint a picture of themselves in the night sky." "Marvellous," said Coyote, and he went off to look for a long ladder. He had to make one out of 3 ladders and tie them together with string so that it was long enough to reach the moon. He took the ladder out into the desert, and there, with the night wind blowing, he rested the ladder on the moon. He climbed up with his bucket, and just as the Great Spirit told him, he broke off a piece of the moon. It glittered in small pieces in the bucket. When he came down, all the animals had gathered around. "What do we do?" cried the animals. And Coyote told them what Great Spirit had said, that they each could take a handful of the moon dust and paint a picture of themselves in the night sky. Oh, they were delighted. They all shouted, "Me first!" But the first one who pushed through was the biggest and strongest, Great Lion. All the small animals made way for him. Lion grabbed a handful of moon dust and made his way up the ladder. It swayed in the night sky, but he was happy. He painted a picture of himself and slowly came down, pleased to see now Great Leo in the sky. Next came Great Bear. "Now me," he said, and he grabbed a handful of moon dust, and he also went up the ladder. He painted a picture of himself in the night sky, and after a long while slowly came down, pleased to see himself, Great Bear, in the sky. Following quickly behind came Goat, who took some moon dust and also painted a picture of himself in the sky. Oh, all the small animals were getting annoyed. "When is it our turn?" they cried. But next came Scorpion. And all made way for him. He too painted a picture of himself in the sky. And when eventually he came down, the sun started to appear over the hill. "Oh, it's not fair," cried the small animals. "The sun is coming, and we have not painted our pictures in the sky." They pushed poor Coyote out of the way, and then all went up the ladder together. It swayed and creaked in the early morning air, and then snapped and broke. All these small animals landed in the desert, the ladder now broken in 2. Oh, Coyote, he was mad and rightly annoyed. See what you have done, you silly animals, he scolded. And with that, he threw the bucket with the moon dust into the sky. And that is why it is, from that day till this, when we look at the night sky, we see Great Bear, Leo the lion, Capricorn the goat and Scorpio, and that great cluster of stars we call the Milky Way was made when Coyote threw that bucket of stars into the night sky.